So, I'm still getting used to all of this stuff, but it's about time that I either do it or I don't. And I'm gonna do it because life is short and God didn't bring me on this earth to be miserable, especially if He's been planting ideas in my head that I've just honestly just been scared to do. And it's not in the sense of, oh, I can't do it, but there's always that little voice in your head that gives you anxiety about failing. And at the end of the day with life, you gotta face it. Either you try it and it doesn't work out, but that doesn't necessarily mean you failed. You know, when you really do fail, when you don't do anything, when you just sit there and just let life pass you by. And, you know, being a quarter of 100 right now, like, I'm not trying to wait till I'm 50 to be like, oh, wow, I just wasted my youth on focusing on the wrong things and all that bullshit. Like, oh, it's YouTube. All that bull. I just, just life is just short, y'all. And if you have a dream, go follow it. If you have something that inspires you, do something with that inspiration. You know, be your own muse. Or if you find a muse outside of yourself, do good things with that. And yeah, that's I guess how we're starting off this video. But I know that my channel is growing and there's not that many people watching, but of course this will matter one day. I mean, it matters now because I'm taking a step towards my dreams. And honestly, I'm tired of working for corporations that don't give a fuck about you and your well-being, and a lot of times don't even care about the customer, sadly. And that's something that takes a toll on you with dealing with a customer facing job, because there's instances where you really want to help someone, but with the rules and regulations that you must abide by, there really isn't a way to do that. But of course, you're the face of said corporation and you take the brunt of the frustration, the aggression, everything. And I just don't really care to keep doing that. Like, every day that I clock in and out, which I'm grateful for a job, I don't mind working, but I'd rather work for myself. But you have to start somewhere, and I'm not just gonna sit here and not make money. But that doesn't mean I should torture myself for the rest of my life. I should be taking steps and actions to make sure that this doesn't have to be for the rest of my life. It's only temporary. But of course, there's stairs you gotta climb. There's steps you gotta climb to get to the top of the ladder. I mean, you gotta start somewhere. So this is my start. And yeah, I hope this video reaches the right people. I noticed that you never know if someone could be going through something similar to you, and what words you might have for them to help them take that step. I know a lot of people have done that for me, and they may never know because I'm not really the type to comment too much or anything. But I'll subscribe, I'll share. But I'm not a big commenter. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else do I want to talk about today? Um, Honestly, I really don't know. Face your fears. Face your fears. Don't be scared. Like, you think about things like, what if I don't look right? Or, what if I don't sound right? Or, all these things that just try to stop you. And it just shows you, like, one, how much, well, I'm a believer of that. And I'm not saying this to force anyone to have the same beliefs as me, because no, who am I to tell you what to believe in? I could just share my story and you could do what you want to do with that. God is such a big staple in my life. Huge, huge, huge. But no, seriously, like, without God, I don't know where I'd be. Without God, I wouldn't be who I am today. Especially as a person living life, we all go through things. We all struggled with things, especially from childhood, and really, once you get into your 20s, that's you trying to be an adult for the first time. Although technically in America, when you're 18, you're an adult. Bull. You're still a baby. You're just legal. But even with that, there are certain caveats that you still have to be 25 to do certain things. You still have to be 21 to do certain things. You know, like you're not really grown. Although I'm not gonna lie, when we all turn 18, we probably do feel grown. I mean, I did. Oh, I gotta work on that. But yeah, like you know. But anyway, yeah, man. I just got lost in thought. I'm a little nervous, if you can't tell, but I'm getting the nerves out. It's alright. You got to start somewhere, right? Just hope you guys are gentle with God, and if not, I'll block you, I guess. Positive energy only. Positive energy only. What else do I want to talk about? Oh yes, God. So it shows you how powerful God is. There's many times where I just had to pray, and you know, especially when you utilize God in a way that you, how do I want to word it? Or let me just say it and not overthink it. Like when God is a staple in your life, like when you're praying, when you try to align yourself with what God would want you to do, although it is hard, you know, us as humans, we're still all trying to figure it out. But I feel like you will not truly figure it out until you develop a relationship with God on your own. And then from there, you see the beauties in everything, especially coming from I would say Christian background initially, growing up in Seventh Day Adventist church, on and off though. Um, Church wasn't that big of a staple in my home, but of course with my grandparents and things like that, or elders in the family, it was. So of course, that's how I was able to go to church. And I went to multiple churches. I went to Episcopal Church, Seventh Day Adventist, Baptist, you know, I've tried them all. And for me, the way I prefer to praise God doesn't necessarily align with church. And that's another video for another day. Not to knock down anyone that goes to church. Absolutely not. No. Do what makes you feel good. Worship God how you feel is the most true. Because at the end of the day, it's all about authenticity. And that's one thing God for sure is authentic and true and fair. And sometimes we don't understand why things go a certain way or why roadblocks may be there, but that's the beauty in it all, because if we truly did see everything, I don't really think that would be for our good, but God does. And sometimes we just have to sit back and understand, but that takes time. That's not something you just wake up doing and you're just like, yeah. You know, like no, it's something that has to be nurtured, something that has to grow. And you know, I believe all of us have the opportunity to develop a relationship with God, and however you may or best see fit, whether it's through religion, whether it's through spirituality. And another thing, nothing is all good and nothing is all bad, ever. Especially as us living in this world, it just isn't. It just depends on the intention and of course the source. The source is very important. And I guess that's all I wanted to say to you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's not just me rambling, but I hope that you take something meaningful out of it. And I hope to see you guys soon. Ciao.